enough to rent. From the heart, never relent. This is the Tottenham supplement. Money well spent. Feet stomping, heart stomping, ready for the event. Chasing glory every moment, heaven sent.
Hello there, and welcome. It's just a quick episode. It's Crisandro, of course, and as you can see, I'm decked out in my England attire because at the moment, England women are playing as the Euros, of course, and oh, excuse that there, and yeah, so the England women are playing, and it's the Euros, of course, and we are currently 1-0 up against the Netherlands. And yeah, I cannot wait for this one to kind of finish because, excuse me, just very, very unprepared. Just kind of like having to go live for this one because, yeah, as you know, those that do kind of follow on me, I don't tend to get involved in the stuff that I see online all the way because I don't tend to believe a lot of the nonsense. But one guy I do trust the is the ITK Fabrizio Romano, and usually because when he says, you know, here we go, that usually means that something is afoot and that the deals are usually kind of complete. And on this occasion, he is saying that there is a deal in place, as they can tell from the title, that the deal for for this player is near enough done, and that is for Mohammed Kudus of West Ham United. And obviously, this has been in the talks now for about 2 weeks, and a lot of Spurs fans were getting a little bit punchy, a little bit irate that nothing was being done within seconds of the window opening, and never actually going to be the case. But it looks like this one has been put over the line as such. Just to give you his full tweet, it says breaking news: Mohammed Kudus to Tottenham. Here we go. Deal in place for £55 million from West Ham United. So, you know, that's quite a sizable chunk of cash, really. And for a player that I know a lot of people were saying were kind of struggling last season, and maybe it was just kind of like the team he was playing in. But then again, you say that one will say that, and then you see the likes of Jared Bowen putting up good numbers. That was kind of my issue with Kudus, whether he was just unhappy at West Ham that he kind of looked like he was struggling quite a fair bit. And this is Lauren James going through in goal. And that was defended well. That he was kind of struggling for time and just kind of just in a bad place at West Ham, as he didn't really show what he'd got. And I buy that to a degree. And so maybe a change of scenery might help him. Who knows? But he is a very good player on his day when he wants to be. And I do look forward to seeing what he can do. It says Kudus only wanted Tottenham Hotspur, and that was kind of clear from all the ITKs that were saying that that West Ham were looking at sending him out, well, because they knew he wanted to leave, and they were happy for him to leave. Well, they happy. They acceded to his wish, and they were looking for him to like go anywhere else but Spurs. But he wanted to come to Spurs, and I imagine that's kind of angered a few of the West Ham faithful because, as you know, they don't really like us that much, and it's fair enough. It is what it is. But yeah, but he only wanted to come to Spurs, and that was kind of the issue, really. And he's receiving a lot of comments his way. Let's put it that way, from the West Ham faithful who are not best pleased about about him only wanting to come to Spurs. He will now sign a 6-year contract at the club. He's 24 years old, so obviously that'll take him well into his early 30s. And that's the thing, if he can produce the kind of thing that people were hoping that if Eze comes to us, he would do. And like I say, on his day, he can be a world beater. I mean, we saw a couple of times that that was the case. I mean, the one thing that sticks in my memory when Kudus came to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with West Ham. Off the goal, it's 2-0. Next thing you tell us live, England have just gone 2-0 up. A great strike by George Stanway um, from the edge of the box, and that's 2-0. And we are cruising here in the Euros. That's brilliant against the Netherlands. Fantastic stuff. Great goal that was. Great goal just before half time too. But anyway, let's get back to this one. Um, so well, I'll say yeah. So into his 30s. And yeah, oh yeah, it's when he was the last time I remember him at the Tottenham Stadium where he was so damn fired up. I think we were battering West Ham as well, and he lost his head. I mean, that's the thing. He can also be a bit of a hothead, which can be an issue. And he kind of took on all comers. I think he kind of decked Van der Ven, almost strangled Brennan Johnson, if I remember. Took it out on Richarlison as well. He took on all comers, and then in that short space of time, he got sent off as well. So he can have a bit. He has a bit of a fire in his belly, that sort of thing. So I guess with most geniuses, they do have that kind of side to them. So well, I would call him a genius. Well, I've said it now, but he can have his moments, as I was saying. So yeah, it is going to be an interesting one. Medical tests have been booked for Kudus in London on Thursday. So obviously today is Wednesday the 8th. So I'm booked in for tomorrow. And once that's all, it should be a formality. I don't recall him being injured last season, or maybe he was. I can't quite remember. But yeah, so was the medicals done on the Thursday, and everything was all signed. That was Fabrizio Romano stating that as well. And also, I mean, he quotes David Ornstein in that one as well. So when those two kind of get together, and they've also, of course, from the Athletic, of course. So when those two kind of agree, then I guess it's fair to say that it's just happening. And the thing is, a lot of I mean, you can understand that West Ham fans aren't happy. In their eyes, it's kind of the ultimate betrayal. They'll probably see it as him desperate, twerking for who they consider to be their biggest one of their big rivals. I know they'd say Millwall is, but you can see the animosity. For the most part, it is one way, but I know that there are Spurs fans that do have issues with West Ham, and that's fair enough. That's it is what it is. What it was, what it was. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, what do I think about it? What do I think of Kudus? I mean, great player on his day, great player, and he can be very tricky. He can be very, he can move the ball quick. He has an eye for a pass, and he has a good shot on him as well. Obviously, last season we didn't get to see as much of that. Is this the second season at West Ham? I want to say it is, but let's bring out a few of his details and just to double check it. Mohammed Kudus, just so we can see what kind of player, what kind of numbers he puts up. And so, as I say, this is all live. Yeah, let's go to transfer marked. Should be an interesting one. So yeah, everyone's talking about. I know that well, West Ham did reject a £50 million bid from us about 3 or 4 days ago. So they are so we added 5 million. We must have had some added some add-ons as well, because that's the only way we could kind of get this across. So let's see. Obviously came through Nordsjælland in Denmark. That was the Right to Dream. Okay, that must be a Ghanaian team. I think it is a Ghanaian team. So yeah, 2018. So he was 18 years old. Left Right to Dream. Went to Nordsjælland. Was there for 3 years. And then he left for Ajax in 2021 for a fee of around £9 million. It was there for a couple of seasons. It was just a 23-24. He went to yeah, so he's been there for 2 seasons, as I thought. So yeah, 2023 joined West Ham for 40 million. 40 million. Okay, so that means West Ham only made a £10 million profit on them. Well, £15 million profit on them. That's gotta hurt, especially as they made it known that he wants to leave and he wants to go to Spurs. That's gotta hurt because they could have easily longed this one out, and they've got a bit more money. I mean, there are talks about as they're going for 70 million, so you would expect a player of Kudus's, but I guess because of last season, he kind of ruined that for an opportunity for West Ham. So yeah, so £55 million. I presume there are add-ons in there, but it doesn't say. Just says straight 55 million, which is fair enough. Career stats: 65 games in the Premier League, 13 goals, 12 assists. By the looks of it. So yeah, I mean that's kind of that's all right numbers for a winger, don't you? Especially over two seasons. I mean, he had better record in the Eredivisie for Ajax. 65 games, 17 goals, but he had a lot more assists with West Ham. So I guess that is that says something for him. And yeah, Ghana international. It's so we are moving in the right direction, and it looks like he can put up the numbers. Let's go to national player profile. So see what he's done for Ghana. Do we want to know what he's done for Ghana, or just know what he's done club level? But I'm just nosy like that, just to see what kind of you've got the whole package. Because obviously, with my Nigerian links, we do have a bit of a rivalry with Ghana. So I do kind of look out for him from time to time, and yeah, it's taking a while to load up, so we'll ignore that. But from what I see in the Premier League, good player. Hopefully, he'll bring his A game now that he's got the move he wants. I'm not quite sure why he was unhappy at West Ham. I don't know whether it was just a case of just falling out with teammates or management. I don't know. But what I will say is that if he can produce the numbers that I expect him to produce, then yeah, it is a case that we've got a great player on our hands, one that can play. He's left-sided, isn't he? He's right-sided. He's on the right side, so that will give Johnson a run for his money. At the same time, he can play either feet, I'm sure. And Johnson, and it's good to it would be good to rotate as well. So it's not a case of one pledge replacing another. It's a case of having to have a squad. And as you saw last season, when the injuries bit and the squad became thinner and thinner, that's what that caused a lot of consternation, as you may well remember. So my thoughts: am I happy with this? I am. I'm quite happy with that. Baby. Yeah, how you doing, Logger Boy? You're right. This is all. Yeah. Thanks for the comments, and yeah, welcome to the stream. So yeah, it's what do I think? What do I think? I mean, with all the talk about Eze coming and us being interested, I think I said it before. This was like early on in the summer that I don't think we were interested in Eze, even though a lot of people were saying that we were, and that's why I wasn't too worried. And then the news. This has been going on for about 2-3 weeks now. The Mohammed Kudus news, and what kind of works in our favour is that the fact that we don't put our business out there for the whole world to see. And obviously, this was kind of going on underneath the radar for the most part. And that's kind of how the team the backroom team should work, and that's kind of how we have been working, and that's good to see. And as I've said like a good couple of times now, he didn't have the best of seasons last season, although he did have put up some numbers, but not others were playing within himself. So that's why I'm not sure whether he was unhappy there or not. But hopefully, if it was a case of him just being unhappy, that he will kind of show his stuff in this coming season. And the fact that I know that a lot of people will say that the Champions League also played an important part. that may be the case. I mean, and I guess he's the kind of player that will want to show stuff on the European stage. And yeah, I think that was a major pull, and I think he's the kind of player that will light up a competition like that. That's what I think. So I think, um, in my eyes, good move. I guess we'll see. If it works out for both parties. I think it probably will. Um, as long as as long as he brings his A game to it. I guess we shall see what happens. Let me know what you think. Are you happy with Are you happy with this with this deal? Is that me doing a great job, or is it Kudus doing a great job there? Yeah. Cheers, Larby. Thanks for joining in. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts on it. So I mean, it is our our second deal. If you because I know a lot of people will not overlook the Toka deal, the Japanese international defender, because I know it's only £5 million, but it is a record fee for a Japanese for a direct buy from Japan. So if you look at it that way, it shows that there is a lot of promise, and Spurs being Spurs, tapping into that market, we're also going to try to get the best deal that we possibly can. And it looks like we got the best possible deal here as well, because West Ham had bought Kudus from Ajax for £40 million, and we buy him for 55. Then we've done West Ham over, really, because and he's only been there for 2 years. You kind of think that with that kind of progression, but then again, as I said earlier, I think last season kind of hurt him in a way, because he didn't pull out his best possible. Because I did kind of watch him a little bit, and nothing really good came down his side or came from him, I would say. So yeah, he did kind of hurt himself, and I guess that's what that affects in the price. But if he can do what I think what he did do in his first season with West Ham, then we got one hell. Then we got one hell of an actual buy, and that is good. That is good. I'm inclined to agree with you there, Larby. I'm inclined to agree that because I'm just basing this off. I suppose as you're closer to it, why wasn't he putting up the kind of performances last season? Was he unhappy at West Ham? Because obviously I don't follow West Ham that closely, so I wasn't able to know why it wasn't as good as his previous season. Because if you know what I mean, if you understand what I'm saying, because the previous season, that was exciting. You heard a lot about him, and you kind of like feared playing West Ham because he was going to be there. But last season, it wasn't as good. And then I referenced earlier the fact that when he got sent off at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it was kind of he lost his head and he lost his cool and everything like that. So that's what I'm leading to it leads me to the idea that he probably wasn't happy at West Ham. That's what I'm thinking, and maybe the move would do him and us, the world of good, because we need a player of that kind of quality. If we weren't going to get Eze, which I didn't believe at the time, and it's kind of like showing that we're not, then this is where the likes of Kudus needs to come and bring what he can do, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do at Spurs. And I'm kind of believe that this is a great deal, and we should all get excited for it. And I'd say that's a cut price amount as well, 55 million. When you consider that Eze was going to go for around about 70 million, 75, and a lot of other players that we're looking at are in 60, 65 million. It's good. It's good. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what he will do in a Spurs shirt. And yeah, I cannot wait. But yeah, there's only going to be like a short video, really, just to kind of like let you know exactly what's going on there. So Spurs have made their second purchase of the summer. After Toka of Japan, we now got Kudus of Ghana, and yeah, I am looking forward to seeing him strut his stuff. Hopefully, once preseason gets underway, we'll play in the first game against Reading, which is in a couple of weeks' time, and we shall see what happens. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think of this deal. I'm actually excited about it, so hopefully you guys will be just as excited. But yeah, Spurs have signed a second player this summer, and it is Mohammed Kudus of West Ham. And boy, are West Ham fans raging! They are raging. I mean, someone actually put up a little I don't know if I can actually show you actually of something that was put up um in the main group. Actually, I think I will try and show it to you because that's I had to try and find it first. It was just I'm sure you would have seen it. It's like a call to almost like a call to arms, really. West Ham fans were saying that if he gets sold to Spurs or the scum as they put it, they really do hate us like with a passion. Then they want protests. They want it all. They want the whole deal. They want it. Because this shows exactly what West Ham think about this whole deal. Let's see, application window. There we go. And share. There we go. Yeah. I'm sure you would all have seen this as well. It is like the West Ham seller Mohammed. I mean, it's kind of weird they didn't spell his name right, but that's by the by. West Ham seller Mohammed Kudus for the scum. We call for a total boycott. A total boycott. Oh, I misread that. I thought it was like, yeah, okay, so you want a total boycott. So that means what? Not going into the stadium? Not buying anything from the club store or anything like that? A total boycott and mass protest by all true supporters. So they are unhappy. I mean, I know they've been unhappy with their hierarchy for a long, long while. But calling for a mass boycott, that's interesting. Stand up for the club, stand up for our pride, no more betrayals. Obviously, as I don't follow West Ham that closely, I wonder what else they were betrayed on. That's intriguing to know. Protest details coming soon. Spread the word, defend the claret and blue. Please like and share this post. Blimey, they've had enough over at West Ham, and I guess him coming to us is the probably the straw that's going to break the camel's back. But yeah, blimey. So they're not happy there. They are not happy one bit, not one bit. But yeah, that's what's happening at West Ham. But yeah, I mean, all I can say is that I'm happy with this purchase, and I did say in the group, I mean, join us in the group as well on Facebook, the Tottenham Supplement. We're having like decent discussions on it as well. I did say in the group that I want to see us do a bit more of this. Is what we used to do. We used to go to our neighbours. We used to go to West Ham and pick up their best players. We haven't done that since Scott Parker in 2011, from what I remember. But we used to pick up the likes of Freddie Canute, of Jermaine Defoe, of of the dead man, and now we're doing it again. It's kind of good to see. And yeah, it is a case of we should carry on doing that again. Larby there. Thanks for commenting there. He did not get a good season because he had a bad start, but this time he's going to give it his best. Okay, so just literally just kind of like just a slow start. That's fair enough. So it wasn't a case that he wasn't happy or anything. It was just a case of I guess it was probably injuries or something like that that enabled a slow start or what. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So but at least he'll get pre-season with us, and that should hopefully see him in good stead. So yes, looking forward to it. So yeah, let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Mohammed Kudus is now a Spurs player. Once the formalities are done, once the medical is done tomorrow, the formalities. Look forward to seeing on Saturday. I imagine it's going to be Saturday, the promo videos and everything. Cannot wait. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. And come on, you Spurs, although I'm wearing England today because of the England women are playing. You all take care. See you again soon.